Here's your news for February 11, 2020. We're kicking off today's video with news from Monday Night Raw as Shayna Baszler finally made her move against Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Following Baszler's victory over the men at Survivor Series 2019 and months of reports stating that the pair will face off at WrestleMania, the Queen of Spades certainly made an impression this week following a successful title retention by the champion. After defeating a very game Asuka, Lynch was a sitting duck for Baszler, who after locking in the Kirifuda clutch, seemingly bit a chunk out of the back of Lynch's neck. While the man was able to drive her own ambulance to and from a local medical center, it's clear that Baszler has her eyes set on her first Raw Women's Championship and plans on taking the gold on April 5th in Tampa. Speaking of WrestleMania, we're already looking ahead to next year's show, as the WWE has confirmed that the 37th iteration of the iconic event will take place in Los Angeles, California. The brand new SoFi Stadium will host the show, which will take place on March 28, 2021, and this will be the 6th WrestleMania to take place in the Golden State. The $5 billion stadium has a base capacity of over 70,000, which can be expanded to over 100,000 for events such as WrestleMania, and WWE confirmed the focus around Los Angeles with a snazzy new logo, complete with the iconic WrestleMania logo and some film reels. One superstar fans shouldn't expect to see at WrestleMania 37 though is Matt Hardy, as the Woken superstar has once again teased leaving the company. On this week's edition of Monday Night Raw, Hardy looked to get some answers from Randy Orton following the Viper's assault on Edge, but instead received a concerto for his troubles. Many have speculated that this is a way to write Hardy off WWE TV for good, and during Raw, the former tag team champion tweeted out goodbye with a video to episode 9 of his Free the Delete video series. Hardy's contract is set to expire within a matter of weeks, and so far, there have still been no reports of him signing to stay with the company. While his brother Jeff's contract has been frozen so that the charismatic Enigma can recover from injuries and handle his personal issues, it seems Matt already has one foot out the door, and time will tell where the legendary superstar will go next. From one Hardy to another now, as though Matt may be counting the days until he's out of the company, Jeff Hardy could be very close to returning to the ring. According to the PW Insider, Jeff is scheduled to be at the WWE Performance Center this week so that the company can check his progress following a leg injury that sidelined him in April last year. Though Jeff's contract was supposed to expire at the same time as Matt's in early March, a clause in their deal means WWE can freeze a contract due to injury, meaning that Jeff would have to stay with the company until at least 2021 before he can be given the choice to leave. Despite being out of the ring, Jeff hasn't exactly kept a low profile, as the former WWE champion has also been dealing with a series of legal issues. He's currently scheduled to appear in court on April 6th, the day after WrestleMania 36, to deal with charges stemming from his October DUI arrest. And with bad publicity such as that, it may still be some time before fans see Jeff Hardy back on WWE TV. We've got another superstar who is set to be returning soon, as this week, the WWE confirmed the return of Andrade at Super Showdown. Recently, the reigning United States champion was suspended for 30 days for his first violation of the WWE wellness policy, but has been advertised for the Saudi show as one of the participants in the Tuwaiq Trophy Gauntlet match. In addition to Andrade, R-Truth, Rusev, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, and Eric Rowan have also been named for the Gauntlet match. Named after the Tuwaiq region of Saudi Arabia that consists of mountains and valleys, the trophy follows the tradition of there being a trophy at the Saudi Arabian shows, with Braun Strowman, Shane McMahon, and the OC all capturing trophies of their own in the Middle Eastern nation. WWE Super Showdown will take place on February 27th at the King Fahd International Stadium, and will also feature WWE Champion Brock Lesnar defending his title against Ricochet, and Bill Goldberg's return to the ring to challenge The Fiend Bray Wyatt for the Universal title. WWE certainly has plenty of work to do in preparation for Super Showdown, but there will be little time for superstars to recover from the show, as on March 8th, the WWE will host their annual Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. During this week's Raw, an advertisement aired in the Philadelphia area that seemed to give away the main event of the show before the company made it public. If the advert is to be believed, the pay-per-view will see an Elimination Chamber match between Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura, Braun Strowman, Robert Roode, and King Corbin, and the winner of this will face the Universal Champion at WrestleMania. For a while, reports have stated that the plan is for Reigns and Wyatt to face off at WrestleMania, and this could certainly come true if The Fiend retains its Super Showdown and the Big Dog wins this chamber match. It's certainly strange that this advertisement would air before the WWE has confirmed the match on TV, and we can't help but think that someone backstage will be on the receiving end of a verbal tirade courtesy of Vince McMahon. Now, we all know that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a legend of both WWE and Hollywood, and now it seems that his daughter is ready to follow in his footsteps. This week, Simone Johnson, the Brahma Bull's 18-year-old daughter, signed with WWE and has started reporting to the Performance Center. This won't be the first time Simone has been at the Performance Center though, as she's been doing training there sporadically for at least the past year, but this announcement confirms that she is under a developmental deal with WWE. There's no word yet on when Simone will make her NXT debut, but expect big things for the 18-year-old as she follows in the footsteps of her father, her grandfather, and her great-grandfather as WWE's first, fourth-generation superstar. We are looking ahead to SmackDown now, as this Friday's Valentine's Day edition of the Blue Brand will feature a huge title match between two former best friends. On last week's show, Carmella won a fatal four-way to become the #1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and during a commercial break during Raw, it was confirmed that the Staten Island Princess will face Bayley this week. There had been speculation that the title match would happen on February 27th at Super Showdown, especially after a WWE email before last week's show indicated that the #1 contender would face the former hugger in Riyadh. It's unclear why the match was moved from Super Showdown to SmackDown, but following the Crown Jewel match between Natalya and Lacey Evans last year, expect WWE to continue pushing for more female roles in the Middle East country as part of their deal. Back to Raw now, and while it was reported that MVP's loss to Rey Mysterio on the Raw after the Royal Rumble was the former US Champion's last WWE match, it doesn't seem like Porter is finished with the company just yet. On this week's edition of The Red Show, MVP brought back the VIP Lounge and tried to coax Drew McIntyre into taking him on as his business manager, an action that left Porter reeling from a Claymore kick. According to PW Insider, there have been talks for MVP to join WWE backstage as a producer alongside fellow former superstars such as Kurt Angle, Jason Jordan, and Fit Finlay. As someone with over a decade and a half of experience in the wrestling industry, bringing MVP into the fold is definitely a wise decision for WWE, especially as they wouldn't want to see him move to AEW. We are taking a break from the ring to look at the XFL now, as this weekend saw the relaunch of the Vince McMahon-owned league, to a pretty good response. On ABC, the first game averaged 3.3 million viewers, and the game peaked near the end with 4 million watching. On Fox, the Sunday games brought in a respectable 2.77 million viewers, and these figures have certainly had an impression on those in WWE. According to Brad Shepard, his sources in WWE have said there's, quote, cautious optimism in the WWE about the XFL after the first week. While the previous XFL that lasted for just one season also did impressive numbers in its first week before the viewing figures started to plummet, many football fans have said that the quality of play in this recent league is much higher than in the 2001 original XFL, meaning that Vince McMahon's new brand of football may be here to stay after all. Now, if you've been watching Friday Night SmackDown for the past few months, you'll have seen Shinsuke Nakamura be flanked by his manager Sami Zayn, but one thing you won't have seen is the Canadian superstar competing in the ring. This has led to speculation that Zayn is dealing with some kind of injury, but that reportedly isn't the case, according to Dave Meltzer, who spoke on Wrestling Observer Radio. According to the veteran wrestling journalist, there's no physical reason why Zayn is being kept as a manager instead of competing, but instead that WWE Creative have merely decided that being a manager is his role for the time being. Given his skills on the mic, it makes sense that Zayn has been paired up with the likes of Nakamura and Cesaro, two men who have struggled in promos over the years, but for now, there's no news on when or if we'll ever see the former NXT champion return to the ring. We've got some news from Impact Wrestling now, as during their weekend TV tapings in Las Vegas, the company confirmed that Ken Shamrock will join their Hall of Fame. Shamrock, who recently returned to the company, was part of Impact's formative years in 2002 and is recognized as the first world champion in the promotion's history, holding the NWA World Championship. In addition to his career in Impact, Shamrock also had success in WWE, capturing the Intercontinental Championship, as well as being crowned the 1998 King of the Ring, where he defeated The Rock in the finals. With this news, the world's most dangerous man joins Sting, Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, Earl Hebner, Gail Kim, Abyss, and the Dudley Boys as part of Impact's Hall of Fame, and we here at Slat Rock Wrestling would like to congratulate Shamrock for his induction into the Hall of Fame. And finally, we're ending with the results from Monday Night Raw as the Red Brands continued on the road to WrestleMania and Super Showdown. In the show's opener, Kevin Owens, the Viking Raiders, and a returning Samoa Joe confronted Seth Rollins, Murphy, and the AOP, followed by the Raw Women's title match that saw Shayna Baszler take a bite out of Becky Lynch. After the Street Profits defeated Mojo Rawley and Riddick Moss, Moss turned on Mojo to capture the 24/7 title, while Drew McIntyre got physical with MVP when he appeared on the VIP lounge. After Angel Garza defeated Cedric Alexander, NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley sent a message to Charlotte Flair with a win over Sarah Logan, while Ricochet also made a similar statement to WWE Champion Brock Lesnar when he defeated Bobby Lashley. After Randy Orton attacked Matt Hardy and Aleister Black defeated Akira Tozawa, it was time for the main event as Rollins, Murphy, and the AOP stood tall over Owens, Joe, and the Viking Raiders. Time will tell just how this war between the two factions go, but one thing we do know is that the Monday Night Messiah and his tag team partner have no intentions of losing their titles anytime soon.